1, 2, 3, action.
It's championship weekend on Don't Bet the House.
Remember, Mike, we don't own the rights to this music, but who is it?
We do not.
Oh, I got him stumped.
No, you don't. It's Eddie Money.
Eddie Money. Speaking of money, let's win a little bit of money this week.
Red Friday in Chiefs Kingdom, and here we are, episode 14 of Don't Bet the House. We're just going to give you our picks today, and it is a big weekend in the National Football League. Big weekend for Kansas City. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, how can you not feel pretty good? 5 AFC championships in a row. I think like a lot of Kansas City, you got a little bit of worriness here. We've lost 3 times to Joe Burrows and what do they call it, burrowhead? I mean, is that the new name of the stadium?
He's won here one time, and it's all of a sudden it's burrowhead.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. How are you feeling?
Well, I'll tell you what. There was a point I went to 270 games in a row. And that's 30 years of games.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to go to one AFC Championship game in that period. So what we're experiencing right now is just, enjoy it. That's all you can do.
But it's an expectation now, man.
It is an expectation. It's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. Yeah. But before we get to the Chiefs game, let's get into the Philly Niners game. The Eagles are 2.5-point favorites. What do you like in this one? Man,
I think everybody's talking about Philly, and I think Philly has a good offense. I think Philly has a good defense, but I'm kind of concerned. I mean, I don't know how I feel. Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, but I just feel like at some point in time, like he's going to get exposed. And I think is the 49ers defense, I just think they'll wear you down. I think overall, that they're going to wear you down as a team, offensively and defensively. It seems like everybody's taking Philly, but I think I'm going to go with the 49ers on this. I mean, it's a 2.5-point spread. I think that they can cause some things to happen, or we're going to find out how bad Brock Purdy is. So I don't know.
That's pretty interesting because Purdy is since he took over, the Niners actually have the number one offense in the NFL, and or the number one passing offense in the NFL by DVOA standards. The Eagles have the number one pass defense in the NFL, so it's kind of strength against strength. I'm with you though. I don't really know what to expect from Purdy. I don't know what to expect from the Eagles because they both played easy schedules. They haven't played a lot of teams.
And that's the thing, I guess, where I'm kind of concerned is I do feel like, I know they played some people. I know they played the Cowboys and they played some teams out there, but I don't really know if they've been challenged on a big stage at a big game. So it's kind of hard to say. I mean, I obviously think last week with the Niners, I think that was a big game with Dallas, but Dallas's offense just looked bad. Where the week before, you talk to Dallas fans and they were winning the Super Bowl.
Right.
So it's just it's kind of one of those things that can the 49ers defense do the same thing to Jalen Hurts that they did to Dak Prescott?
But it's interesting though. If you look at the marquee win for both teams, it's against Dallas.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the high watermark for both teams. So, again, there's questions here, and I think that spread reflects that. How healthy is Jalen Hurts? He's still got the shoulder issue. So much like the other game with Mahomes, you've got some injury issues that could play. We just don't know. I'm going to go ahead and take Philly. I just think that this is going to be a spot that Brock Purdy can't be protected. If they get behind, they'll be able to get to him. I know San Francisco is going to lean on that run game to protect him.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and take Philly, and I think it'll be like 27-24 Eagles.
Yeah, you just want to see Kelsey on Kelsey Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
I know how you are.
Best podcast out there.
Yeah.
They're outstanding. All right, well, now we're going to the big one. The Chiefs and Cincinnati. This line has gone back and forth. The Chiefs opened as favorites, then Cincinnati went to favorites. I think the Chiefs are now a 1-point favorite. We're just going to call it pick 'em. So if you can pick the winner of this game, you're going to win some money. Who you got?
I mean, at the end of the day, Mike, can you really pick against your team? Can you really pick against the Chiefs? And at the end of the day, I mean, the Chiefs find a way to win. And is this the week where, okay, we know that Mahomes maybe is not where he's been the last, he's obviously hurt at some point, We don't know how bad.
Right.
But is this the point where everybody else steps up? Chris Jones, Frank Clark, does their defense just really step up? And I know that everybody keeps saying, Bengals' offensive line, they have 3 backups in there, and, they took care of the Bills just fine. But does the Bills have the guys we have on the front, I know our secondary is a little bit suspect at times, but, since last time we've played the Bengals, I think our run game's got a lot better. I think our secondary is finally starting to get an identity of themselves. And I just think that, Dunlap, Chris Jones, Saunders, Frank Clark, I think those guys in the middle, I think they're just going to disrupt the hell out of them.
We do have a nice blend of youth and experience on that D-line, which is just crucial because last year the D-line didn't get it done in that game, and that's why we got beat, really.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, who are you taking? You're taking the Chiefs?
Come on, Mike. I'd be crazy to bet against the Chiefs. I mean, at this point in time, I'd rather lose my money than to sit here and wear all this red and take the Bengals.
I'm with you.
I mean, what is a Bengal? I mean,
I'm
what is
with
that?
you.
Some type of kitty cat or something?
It's a kitty cat.
Who are you taking?
That's a franchise that's never won a Super Bowl, too.
Right,
So
right.
they're doing a lot of trash talking with no trophies.
So who are you taking here, man?
I'm with you right there. There's no way I can bet against the Chiefs. I think it's the Bengals, and I said this in the first show in the playoffs. The Bengals are probably the toughest team in the playoff field to play. They're very well coached. They play a grinded-out style, but they also have incredible weapons on the outside. I mean, we are outmatched from a standpoint of they've got 2 top 5 receivers in the league.
Not to mention, I mean, honestly, I think they have a great run game.
Right.
I mean, Mixon, he runs hard.
And P-Run's killed us. I mean, he had 150 yards of offense in our last meeting.
And that's just the thing is, and I kind of have to question, the whole thing is like, where does Arrowhead come into play with this? I mean, it's funny. I watched the video this morning of the 90s whenever,
John Elway was at that game.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's just like, we're passionate about our football here.
Right.
And, we bring it. Obviously, the people start tailgating at 6 o'clock in the morning for a 6 o'clock in the evening game.
The last game I saw people were there at 10 o'clock the night before the game.
Yeah, so just hey, don't challenge a bunch of drunk people and see how loud they can get.
I think that's happened here, too. We know we've become spoiled, and sometimes Arrowhead isn't the Arrowhead we know because we just expect to win. But the way the Eagles have trash talked in this game, the way the situation's gone,
the Eagles, you mean the Bengals or
the
Eagles?
Bengals.
Come on now.
I think it's really pushed Chiefs fans to the limit. I think you're going to see Arrowhead at its very best, and that's going to be very hard for the Bengals to beat. It still comes down a lot to how mobile Mahomes is. I think they're going to do a lot to protect him. Like you said, our secondary is suspect at times, but it's just very young, and I think they've gotten better week by week by week too. So I think you've got a better defense than they've played in the 3 other games we played them. I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm going to say 28-24.
Yeah, I mean, I really can't pick a score here, and really, I think at the end of the day, I think that you listen to anybody that does any sort of sports talks, and I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen here because obviously the biggest question is Mahomes, but also you go out there and you look at any, get up in the morning, anybody. Most people are taking the Bengals at this point in time. They're talking about their receivers and their running backs and their defense and all these other things. I know you remember back in the day whenever we played Indianapolis and Larry Johnson was going to run all over that horrible defense. And what do? People get sick and tired of that. They don't want to be trashed all the time.
Right.
Sometimes being the underdog is a good thing. And they gave us a little bit of bulletin board material calling it burrowhead.
Yep, and absolutely, and I think, these are professional athletes, they're millionaires and all that, but these guys are very passionate about what they do. They want to win. When you fire them up even more, it really gives an edge. I think that little bit of edge is what the Chiefs needed, and I think the Bengals have provided that.
Yeah, but really at the end of the day, Mike, if you really need any sort of edge to get hyped about a game like this, I mean, I'm just sitting in the stands drinking some beers, and I'm going to let you know, I'm pretty hype about this game. So as an athlete, if you really need bulletin board material to make you pissed off about this game and want to win, then, I mean, I got to question you as a human being.
Right, exactly. That's it for today. Just remember, this is one of the great weekends in the NFL. Just enjoy it on Sunday. Whatever you do,
don't bet the house.